Hello everyone, this is Babamots, and now I'm going to cast the game that, if you watched my last video, then you'll know that this is the game I was going to cast after what I expected to be a quick and disappointing game between Amnykon and Popo. But instead, that game turned out to be pretty good. Good enough that I thought it was worth its own video. So now we've got Will and Amnykon. Will loves Homeworlds enough that here on Board Game Arena, they made their Homeworld, they made their username a Homeworld command from Super Duper Games. So Will takes a yellow banker. Amnykon takes, large yellow Gemini. So this is going to be a microverse. So in a microverse, the homeworlds are connected to each other, and the players have to be very, very careful because your opponent always has plenty of stuff. Well, I mean, your opponent is always going to have something at their homeworld, and if it's the right something, then your homeworld can get in danger very, very quickly. These can be exciting, but between good players, it turns into a pretty normal game usually. Let's see what happens. Will trades for blue right away. So does Amnykon. That matches the small blue star, so that opens up mediums immediately. Will, yeah, wisely not building that medium blue. So in anything but a microverse, you build that medium blue. But in a microverse, of course, the homeworlds are connected, and Amnykon would just move their little blue in, and Will would lose a star. So Will trades for red, so does Amnykon. Yep. You don't want to be caught in a microverse without a red for long. Will builds more red, so does Amnykon. All right. So Will, I don't know if it really matters, but they gave up the first medium ship a little early. I probably would have traded for I would have built another green and traded for yellow first. I mean, not that it really matters when you do it, I suppose. The first player usually is going to be the one who gives up the first medium in this kind of situation, I think. Okay, Amnykon spreading out the blue, that would give them an opportunity to build that medium blue someplace else. Instead, trading their medium for yellow. So that's exciting. With a, well, that's exciting, I said in a bored voice, a thoughtful voice. Um, so in a small universe where the homeworlds are two jumps apart, the first medium yellow is really important because that medium yellow can be sacrificed to send one ship across the universe. In a microverse like this, the medium yellow can be sacrificed to send two ships from one homeworld to the other. The trouble is that because the homeworlds are connected, usually it's not safe to have two ships of the same color in your homeworld to begin with. So that's usually not going to be enough to. So it's often not going to be safe for Amnykon to have two ships of the same color to get much done with. Anyway, I don't know. I think the first medium yellow is less important in a microverse than in a small universe. Um, okay, Will, having spread out their reds, gets to build a medium red. Amnykon might choose one as well. No, they're gonna, well, let's see what they do. Spreading out the blues, they got to choose where to go. They went to a medium star that Will's home is not connected to, so that little blue is safe from Will wanting to move mediums, their medium red out. Will also trading for a yellow. I am a little surprised that, well, no, I mean, medium yellow is good in any size universe. I guess I'm just surprised that Will didn't go for more red first, because of, I don't know, they've got a head start on the red, so, and if you play it up, you might get a bigger red advantage. Um, but medium yellow is always strong. Okay, Amnykon now. Oh, one thing that the medium yellow does for Amnykon is it's keeping down Will's ability to build blue, even though Amnykon has moved their little blue into a colony that's not connected to Will's home anymore. Amnykon could sacrifice the Y2 to bring it over, to move it twice and get it into Will's home. Okay, Will spreading out the yellow. I'm... Mm, okay, that might just be a precursor to putting their blue here in this colony. Amnykon trading for more red. Yeah, that's pretty strong, I think. Will also getting more red. Does Amnykon switch to building blue? Yeah, well, no, Amnykon doesn't need to. They could build R2, and Amnykon can't safely build more red, so the larges being opened up isn't a problem. Okay, Amnykon going for the medium blue instead. Will trading for green. That puts the red back in the bank. Both players could build red again. Oh, and you know, the G2 gives Will the opportunity to leapfrog a small red. If Amnykon were to build medium, Will could sacrifice G2, build the medium and the large. I guess they wouldn't really need to, because if Amnykon builds one of the mediums, Will builds another. Amnykon builds the first large, Will builds the second large. Possibly, I mean, they would need the G2 sacrifice, but that's not too bad. Okay, Amnykon trading a blue for a yellow. That's good. That makes this a very healthy colony. It can build in many colors. But it puts a little blue back in the bank, and Amnykon, I was expecting Amnykon to start building more mediums here in the colony before Will could spread out and start building blues, but they thought those yellow was more important. I wonder if that's really true, but we'll see. Yeah, yellow, I mean, both players have yellow home stars, so yellow is going to be, should be hotly contested, but Will isn't looking at more yellow, they're looking at more red. An R2, yeah, I think that's pretty good. If Amnykon builds an R2, then Will gets an R3. Amnykon, oh no, that's definitely a huge mistake. That's better. They may have got confused because the colonies were switching positions to try to put things that Amnykon controls on the right. Okay, does Will need to run away? I think running away is really all Will has here. A little yellow star. Amnykon builds again. I'm not sure about that invasion by Amnykon. That didn't really seem to get them anything. And it took their blue off of a green star where it could have been building, and if Amnykon had happened to build more ships of one of the other colors, then they could trade them. I don't... Well, let's see. Okay, not too bad though. It was that blue ship was previously in Betelgeuse, where it was not connected to Will's home, and now it is connected to Will's home. So It's a bigger threat now, even if it can't build. Amnykon's invading this colony now. Will, considering just ignoring it, spreading out the reds to try to get a shopping spree, or at least a leapfrog build. The trouble with that is if Amnykon decides to sacrifice R1 to capture this little red, then there's an additional red in the bank, and Will loses their little red and doesn't get to rebuild the big ones like they were hoping. But they commit to it. Amnykon does capture. Okay, now what you got, Will? Just an ordinary build? I guess they thought that was worth it. If I was Will, I would be building more green, I think. Because Amnykon's close to, very close to death here. In fact, I think this should have been it. I think that this should have been a win. Will should take this back and should, let me grab my whiteboard here. Will should take back that little red build and should sacrifice Y2 to move 2 greens into Amnykon's home. Okay, what happens at that point? If Amnykon captures one of those greens, captures the large green, Will simply uses their remaining green in Amnykon's home to build another green, and that's 4 Will wins. If instead, so we're sacrificing to move these guys in, and Will doesn't have that. If instead Amnykon tries to reinforce their home, or if Amnykon trades their G3 for another color, or if they try to reinforce by bringing one of these ships home, Will just sacrifices R2 to capture Amnykon's large ship of whatever color and anything that they reinforced with, and Will is clearly won. Okay, let's see if Will takes it back and thinks of that. No, spreading out the greens. That's unfortunate because not only is it not the win, they're also turning their back on their possible opportunity to do it on their next turn if Amnykon doesn't figure it out. Ooh. Actually, Amnykon's sort of walking into it. Now, so Will's got the same opportunity, and Amnykon, having built more green, might even be making it more obvious. If Will now moves their mothership into Amnykon's home, then Amnykon needs to capture, or they'll lose everything. And if they capture, then Will sacrifices Y2 to bring their other green into Amnykon's home for the win. So this again looks like a win for Will. Will building green. Okay, even I'm pretty sure it's getting really obvious that Amnykon's got a lack of color diversity issue in their home world. Uh-oh. Is Amnykon just walking into a bluebird? Yes, okay. Whew, I saw it. So with 2 greens in Will's home, of course, if they sacrifice the Y2, they win immediately in 1 turn by moving 2 greens into Amnykon's home. Amnykon figured it out, though, and traded for red. And is going to figure it out and trade for something, anything. Red, that'll do. Okay. So Amnykon now is poised for a very nice red shopping spree. Sacrifice the G3, build 3 reds. Will might want to move I was going to say move their little red forward to prevent Amnykon from doing the shopping spree, but nah, it's fine where it is. Um, if Amnykon builds up, oh, but now, okay, Amnykon taking one of those large reds out of the bank. So the first time actually that I saw this really clearly was my game with Andy Looney, where somebody is aggressively occupying large stars to manipulate the bank. Not, I mean, not that aggressively, just two of them, I guess, but it's a thing. So Amnykon now, if they do a shopping spree, they'll get all of the remaining red. Okay, will sacrificing G2. They might have been wanting to leapfrog over the medium red and build the large red. Trouble is that G2 was the only occupant of a large yellow star. So they'll get the large yellow instead. Okay. Oh, that's not so bad. Okay, so they use the other build action to build a red. If Amnykon now builds, I mean, they could sacrifice their G3 to build both reds, of course, but they'd only be getting up by one large ship because they sacrificed one. And if they just build one, then Will gets the other. So that's pretty good. Does Amnykon go? Do they trade away one of the reds? Gosh, no, I'm not sure how you respond to that offhand. Just the build? Okay, sure. And Will gets the other one. Yeah, solid, really, really nice position from Will here. Will's new red 3 is not in danger of overpopulation, but Amnykon's is. Will could sacrifice Y2 to move 2 reds into this colony and blow up Amnykon's new flagship. So I think Amnykon needs to spread those reds out. Yeah, defending this other colony, the one that is connected to Will's home. Will getting aggressive. Invading the colony. Amnykon. A couple of options. So Amnykon does not want to lose this medium red. And if they leave it here to be captured, then, then they are losing it. But I guess they think that, so a very normal thing here would be to squonk, to sacrifice the little yellow to move the red to another system, preventing the capture of both ships. But I think Amnykon feels that holding on to these yellows is very, very important because the home stars are yellow. Yeah, so they're going to leave that one behind to be captured, potentially. Will spreading out the reds instead of just capturing immediately. So that's interesting. Will's reds at home weren't really in danger of being, well, I mean, Amnykon could have overpopulated, but they'd be losing too much for it. Might be a sign that Will also feels the importance of the yellows and is going to take time to threaten a yellow rather than capturing the red that's available. And Amnykon kind of weirdly ignoring that. Okay. Amnykon thinking about setting up trying to form an embassy, but I think Will wouldn't capture it. They just move out their own yellow. Sacrifice blue for 2 trades. don't know that I like this. No, I don't see a lot of advantage to that. They commit to it though. Okay, well, I guess. So if Will were to do nothing this turn, Amnykon could move B3 into Will's home. Will would need to capture it to avoid losing to a direct assault type win. And then Amnykon can just win a star, destroy the blue star, by moving their little blue directly into Will's home. And then if Will did nothing again, Amnykon could move a medium yellow into Will's home. Will's just one yellow away from losing their yellow star. And if Will did nothing a third time, I mean, Will would just have to move a yellow out to avoid problems there. Yeah, I don't see that double blue trade actually did any Amnykon much good. And Will, I think, very sensibly is sacrificing to capture both of the available ships. Okay. So great position for Will. Amnykon sacrificing. Oh no, I thought that yellow going back into the bank was a sacrifice. Okay, so they'll get the yellow. They'll get the blue star. I'm really curious to see if Amnykon somehow has a win out of this. I don't think so. I think they just want to destroy one star because they can. Okay, and they took it back anyway. All right. They just built. Now they're moving in. Will captures. Amnykon moves in the other. Okay, so Will's down to one home star. But Amnykon is now a sitting duck. They've got only ships of one color in their home world. Will should win by Bluebird. Yeah, sacrifice the Y2. Move 2 greens into Amnykon's home for the fleet overpopulation. Okay. Wow, really good on Will. Beating Amnykon is such a strong player. But Will's no slouch. So congratulations, and thanks to the players for playing on Board Game Arena, where we get to watch the games. And thanks to all of you for watching.